The studio buzzes with energy before the show starts. It's a typical morning on Kelly Clarkson's show, bright, warm, controlled. At least, that's how it seems. But in reality, it's the beginning of the biggest scandal of 2025. But before we begin, I ask you to subscribe to help me achieve my dream of 1,000 subscribers. And now, here's how it all began. Johnny Depp sits across from Kelly Clarkson. Kelly, all Texan charm, leans forward, her smile wide but practiced. The cameras hover, lenses glinting like silent predators. "Welcome back, y'all." Kelly's voice cuts through the buzz. "We've got a legend today, Johnny Depp." The crowd erupts. Johnny nods, a half-smile flickering. His eyes scan the room, catching the red glow of the on-air sign. The applause fades, but the air feels thick, like a storm brewing under the studio's sterile glow. "Johnny, it's so good to have you," Kelly says, her tone honeyed. "You've been, well, everywhere, right? Movies, music, that whole vibe." He chuckles, low and guarded. "Yeah, I keep busy." The audience laughs. Kelly's grin widens, but her eyes narrow slightly. A beat passes. The camera zooms in, catching the way Johnny's fingers pause on the ring. "So," Kelly says, tilting her head, "let's talk about you. The real Johnny. Not the pirate, not the rock star. Just you." His smile tightens. "That's a tall order, Kelly." The crowd laughs again, but it's thinner this time. The studio lights hum faintly. A stagehand shifts in the shadows. Something's off, but no one can name it yet. Kelly leans back, crossing her legs. Her coffee mug, white, emblazoned with the show's logo, sits untouched on the table between them. The set is all warm tones, beige couches, soft pillows, a fake plant in the corner. But the air feels sharp, like a blade hidden in silk. "You've had quite a year," she says, voice light but probing. "New movie, new music with your band. You're out there, living life. How do you balance it all?" Johnny's jaw shifts, almost imperceptibly. "Balance?" He leans forward, elbows on his knees. "I don't know if that's the word. I just keep moving." "Moving," Kelly repeats, nodding. "Like, running toward something? Or away?" The question lands like a dart. The audience chuckles, thinking it's playful. Johnny doesn't laugh. His eyes flick to the camera, then back to her. "Maybe both," he says, voice low. "Depends on the day." Kelly's smile holds, but her fingers brush the mug's handle. A small tell. "Okay, let's talk about that. You've always been this enigma, right? People love that about you. But it must be heavy, carrying all that mystery." He tilts his head, studying her. "Heavy's one way to put it." His tone is even, but there's an edge, like a wire stretched too tight. "You get used to it. Or you don't." The audience is quiet now. The camera lingers on Johnny's face, catching the faint crease between his brows. Kelly presses on. "But you've got this loyal fan base, right? They're ride or die. They've stuck with you through everything." "Everything," he echoes, the word flat but loaded. His fingers resume twisting the ring. The metal catches the light, a tiny flare under the studio's glare. "Yeah, like, the highs, the lows," Kelly says, her voice still warm but sharper now. "The headlines, the lawsuits, the whole circus. How do you deal with that noise?" Johnny's lips twitch, not quite a smile. "You tune it out. Or you try." He pauses, eyes locking on hers. "You ever try that, Kelly? Tuning out the noise?" The question hangs. The audience shifts, a rustle of unease. Kelly laughs, but it's quick, a little too loud. "Oh, I've got my own noise," she says, waving a hand. "But you, Johnny, you're like a lightning rod for it." "Lightning rod," he repeats, leaning back. His posture is casual, but his eyes don't leave her. "That's a new one." The camera cuts to Kelly, her smile unwavering but her grip on the mug tighter now. The studio feels smaller, the lights hotter. A stagehand coughs offset, the sound sharp in the quiet. Let's talk about the new movie, Kelly says, shifting gears. Dark Horizon. It's intense, raw. People are saying it's your comeback. How's that word sit with you, comeback? Johnny's laugh is dry. Almost a scoff. Comeback implies I went somewhere. He spreads his hands, a small gesture. I've been right here. Right here, Kelly says, nodding. But it's been a journey, hasn't it? From pirates to, well, everything else. You've had to fight for your place. His eyes narrow, just a fraction. Fight, he says softly. Yeah. You could say that. The word lingers, heavy. The audience is silent now, sensing the shift. Kelly's smile doesn't falter, but her voice drops, more deliberate. You've always been a fighter, though. That's what people admire. The resilience. The authenticity. Authenticity, Johnny says, the word slow, like he's tasting it. Funny word. People throw it around like it's free. Kelly tilts her head, her eyes glinting. Is it not? For you, I mean. You're Johnny Depp. You own that vibe. He doesn't answer right away. His fingers stop moving. The ring gleams under the lights. The camera zooms in, catching the faint pulse in his jaw. Owning something, he says finally, doesn't mean you control it. The studio is still. Kelly's smile flickers, just for a second. The air feels electric, like the moment before a storm breaks. Kelly leans forward, her voice softening but sharp beneath the surface. You've been through a lot, Johnny. The world's watched it all, your art, your life, your battles. What's the one thing you wish people understood about you? The question is simple, but it lands like a stone in still water. Johnny's eyes flick to the audience, then back to her. The camera catches the shift in his posture, shoulders tensing, one hand curling into a loose fist. Understood, he says, almost to himself. He leans forward, voice low but steady. People think they know you. They see the headlines, the clips, the noise. But they don't see the cost. Kelly's head tilts, her expression sympathetic but her eyes calculating. The cost, she prompts, voice gentle but insistent. What's that look like for you? He pauses. The studio is silent, save for the faint hum of the lights. His gaze drops to the table, to the sunglasses he hasn't touched. Then he looks up, straight into her eyes. It's what you lose, he says, his voice quiet but cutting. Not money, not fame. The pieces of yourself you can't get back. The words hang there, raw and unfiltered. The audience is frozen. Kelly's smile falters, just for a heartbeat. The camera zooms in, catching the way her fingers tighten on the mug, the way Johnny's eyes don't waver. Pieces, she says softly, almost a whisper. That's heavy. He doesn't respond. His gaze shifts to the camera, like he's seeing past it, into the millions watching at home. The studio feels like it's holding its breath. The lights burn brighter, the air thicker. Kelly clears her throat, her voice brightening but strained. Well, we're gonna take a quick break, y'all. Stay with us. The on-air sign blinks off. The audience exhales, a low murmur rippling through. Johnny leans back, his expression unreadable. Kelly sets the mug down, her hand trembling slightly. The camera lingers, catching the moment before the storm. Welcome back, y'all, Kelly says, her voice bright but brittle. We're here with Johnny Depp, talking life, art, and everything in between. She pauses, her eyes flicking to him. Before the break, you mentioned the cost. The pieces you lose. Can you unpack that for us? Johnny's gaze is steady, almost too steady. The studio feels smaller, the air heavier. Unpack, he says, the word slow, deliberate. You want the truth, Kelly, or the version that fits the show? The audience shifts, a ripple of unease. Kelly laughs, quick and sharp, but her fingers brush the coffee mug again. Oh, come on, Johnny. You know I'm all about the truth. He tilts his head, a faint smile curling his lips. It's not warm. Truth, he says softly. Truth doesn't do well under these lights. The camera zooms in, catching the way Kelly's smile tightens. Her eyes dart to the side, where a producer stands just offset, arms crossed. The audience is silent, the kind of silence that feels like a held breath. The hum of the lights is louder now, a low drone in the stillness. Okay, Kelly says. Leaning forward, her voice dropping to a conspiratorial tone. Let's try this. You've been in the spotlight forever. The roles, the headlines, the trials. What's the one thing you wish you could take back? The question is a blade, slipped in with a smile. Johnny's eyes narrow, just a fraction. His hand stills on the ring. The camera catches the pulse in his jaw, faint but there. Take back, he repeats, his voice low, almost a growl. You think I sit around wishing? Regret's a luxury I don't have. Kelly doesn't flinch, but her grip on the mug tightens. Not even one moment, she presses, her tone still light but relentless. Come on, Johnny. Everyone's got something. He leans forward now, elbows on his knees, his gaze locked on hers. The studio feels like it's shrinking, the lights burning hotter. You want a moment, he says, his voice quiet but razor-sharp. How about the moment people decided they knew me? The moment they turned my life into a headline? The words cut through the air. The audience is frozen, the camera unmoving. Kelly's smile falters, just for a second, but she recovers, tilting her head. That sounds personal, she says, her voice softer now, almost gentle. But you're here, right? You're still showing up. That takes guts. Guts, Johnny echoes, his tone flat. He leans back, spreading his hands. Or maybe I just don't know how to quit. The camera catches Kelly's expression, sympathetic on the surface, but her eyes are calculating, searching for the next angle. You don't strike me as a quitter, she says, her voice warm again. But, those headlines. They've shaped you, haven't they? Whether you like it or not. Johnny's laugh is short, bitter. Shaped me? He shakes his head, his eyes glinting under the lights. They don't shape you, Kelly. They carve you. Piece by piece. And you either bleed out or you keep standing. The studio is dead silent. The camera zooms in, catching the way Kelly's fingers freeze on the mug, the way Johnny's eyes burn into hers. The producer offset shifts, a faint rustle of fabric. The audience doesn't move. The air feels like it's crackling. Kelly clears her throat, her smile gone now, replaced by something rawer. That's powerful, she says, her voice quieter. But let me ask you this, Johnny. When it's all said and done, when the cameras are off, who are you? The question lands like a gunshot. Johnny's face doesn't change, but his eyes darken, a storm gathering behind them. He leans forward, his voice low, almost a whisper. I'm the guy who's still here, he says. Despite everything. And you know what? That's enough. The camera holds on his face, unblinking. The studio is so quiet you could hear a pin drop. Kelly's lips part, but no words come. For the first time, she looks caught, exposed under the same light she's mastered. Johnny leans back, his posture relaxed but his eyes still locked on hers. The silence stretches, heavy, suffocating. The camera pans to Kelly, her face a mix of shock and something else, admiration, maybe, or fear. She opens her mouth, then closes it. The on-air sign flickers, like it's unsure. Wow, Kelly says finally, her voice barely above a whisper. She laughs, a nervous sound, and glances at the audience. I think we need a moment to process that. The audience claps, hesitant at first, then louder, but it feels forced, like they're not sure what they just witnessed. Johnny doesn't acknowledge it. He picks up the sunglasses, slips them on, and stands. The camera follows him, catching the way his jacket catches the light as he walks off set. No goodbye, no wave. Just the sound of his boots on the polished floor. The on-air sign blinks off. The lights dim. Kelly sits there, staring at the empty chair. The mug is still in her hand, forgotten. A stagehand moves in, adjusting a cable, but the studio feels hollow now, like the air's been sucked out. The screens cut to black. Then, the world explodes. On X, clips of the interview go viral within minutes. Johnny Depp drops truth bomb on Kelly Clarkson show trends with 1.2 million posts. A screenshot of Johnny's face, eyes burning, sunglasses in hand, spreads like wildfire. He said what we're all thinking, one post reads, with 47K likes. Another, Kelly wasn't ready for that Johnny. A grainy video loop of his final words, that's enough, racks up 3 million views in an hour. News outlets pounce. Depp's raw moment steals the show, blares one headline. Clarkson left speechless, claims another. The clip is dissected, memed, debated. Was it defiance? A breakdown? A performance? No one agrees, but everyone's talking. Back in the studio, the lights are off. The audience is gone. Kelly sits alone, scrolling through her phone, the glow illuminating her face. A notification pings, another post, another comment, another clip. She sets the phone down, stares at the empty chair across from her. The moment is over. But the echo lingers.